Although the gambler appears on the surface to be a story about money, it actually deals with the collapse of a person's will and freedom. Dostoevsky does not offer dramatic explosions or sudden catastrophes. On the contrary, he shows a slow, silent disintegration, a person losing their own will without realizing it. Alexey Ivanovich is young, intelligent, and cultured. He can use his logic, analyze, and make plans. But he is not independent. His life is shaped within someone else's world. The general's presence, while appearing as a safe space for Alexey, is actually a symbol of his dependence. Alexey lives in the general's house, eats at his table, conforms to his order. Most of his choices are made in the shadow of another. Polina's influence is far more dangerous than this external dependence. Alexey's passion is at the center of his dependence. Polina does not give him clarity. She does not say whether she loves him or rejects him. This ambiguity keeps Alexey in a constant state of suspension. Dostoevsky offers a very subtle psychological analysis here. Uncertainty is sometimes stronger than hope. People prefer to live in a state of possibility rather than certainty. Alexey believes himself to be free. Every action, thought seemingly his own choice, is actually dependent on Polina, money, and social approval. Alexey's freedom is an illusion. His seemingly independent life is shaped by the shadows of others. This forms of central tension of the novel, the silent downfall of a man who, while still believing himself to be free, has surrendered. The roulette table represents the psychological center of Alexey's life. Initially, it seems like just a game. It's not an escape or entertainment. In fact, it's the scene where Alexey tests his own willpower. Alexey sees the roulette table as a test. If I win, everything will change. If I win, I'll be free. If I win, Polina will take care of me. If I win, I won't need anyone. However, Dostoevsky's stark observation is this: people don't play to win. They often play to feel when they lose. Roulette doesn't promise Alexey money. It gives him the illusion of control, as if the reins of fate are now in his hands. But this is a deception. Alexey doesn't just lose money at roulette. He loses time, attention, and himself. Even when he wins, he doesn't become free, because addiction is not about money, but about willpower. The more he wins, the harder it becomes for him to continue playing. Because the issue is no longer money. The issue is being able to quit. Alexey doesn't know how to let go. Dostoevsky reveals the insidious nature of addiction here. Game brings not freedom, but a deepening of dependence. Every game binds Alexey more tightly. Every loss slowly drags him into emptiness. Throughout the novel, everyone waits for something, but each wait carries a different psychological weight. The general waits for his inheritance. He wants to secure his future. Those in debt wait to be freed from their debts and to maintain their social status. Polina waits for a way out and salvation. But this waiting is often intertwined with uncertainty. What Alexey waits for is more abstract, meaning he waits to prove himself, to find a place in life, to affirm his existence. However, this waiting constantly pushes him into an inner void. Because in Dostoevsky's world, waiting often means losing. Waiting leaves the characters helpless and confronts them with their own inner emptiness. The grandmother's character is a striking example of this. Society expects her to be intelligent, experienced, detected, and sober. But she too sits at the roulette table and loses. This dramatic scene shows that addiction has nothing to do with age, intelligence, or morality. Addiction is related to inner emptiness. When a person cannot fill the void within, they try to close it by attaching themselves to something: money, people, games, risk. Alexey waiting also shows the same psychological cycle. While the search for meaning encourages him on the one hand, it creates a constant feeling of loss on the other. This search pushes him into a delicate position both intellectually and socially. Every decision, every gamble, and every relationship becomes a test. Alexey's real drama isn't losing. The real drama is his inability to stop even when he wins. Gambling isn't just about money. It's about time and willpower. Gambling wants to make the now eternal. It wants to prolong that moment, to eliminate waiting. But life is made up of mating. Alexey cannot accept this. Winning doesn't end addiction. On the contrary, it deepens it. Every win is a new bond, a new trial, and a new test. Even when he wins, Alexey confronts the emptiness within him. To fill that emptiness, he needs the next bet, the next risk, and the next thrill. And every win pulls him deeper. Here, Alexey's psychological conflict becomes apparent. Winning doesn't bring freedom. Losing is destructive. He is trapped between his inner will and his external passions. Winning only provides him with temporary relief, but it doesn't break the chains of addiction. Every victory is preparation for the next loss. Every triumph is a new bond. Dostoevsky, in this passage, illustrates the fine line between will and freedom. Even when a person thinks they have won, they still have lost control. True freedom is only possible through the conscious preservation of inner will and control. Alexey, however, fails to achieve this. He finds himself adrift between gain and loss. Polina is the control point in Alexey's life. He is attached to her but does not fully possess her. Polina's uncertainty is a test of Alexey's freedom, but also the key to his dependence. When separated from Polina, Alexey is restless. When with her, he cannot fully trust her. Her love is not a reward, but a constantly shifting uncertainty. This uncertainty creates a constant battleground for Alexey. In a way, it's like a constantly spinning ball on a roulette table, destined to win and lose. Polina knows Alexey's weaknesses very well and uses them to her advantage. This creates constant tension in Alexey's soul. On the one hand, he is attached to her. On the one hand, he feels as if he has lost his freedom. This psychological cycle pushes Alexey into a deep void and slowly erodes his inner will. Dostoevsky shows here the complexity of human dependence. Dependence is not merely a matter of physical or material control. Often it's intertwined with psychological and emotional ties. Alexey fails to realize that his love for Polina is not true love, because for him, love is an illusion of freedom and at the same time, the most powerful tool of dependence. At the end of the novel, Alexey is alone. He may have people around him, money, a social circle, but he no longer has willpower. This is the situation that Dostoevsky presents as the he is lost. A penniless person can still hope, but a person without willpower can only drift. Alexey's loss is silent, not a dramatic catastrophe. This loss is an indication of how a person's freedom is slowly and imperceptibly taken away. The most dangerous moment is when a person thinks they can still control themselves, because addiction first whispers to a person, "You can quit whenever you want." But at this very moment, Alexey has already lost. This psychological circle between game, love, and emptiness has rendered him uncontrollable. Constantly drifting between gain, loss, uncertainty, and hope, Alexey can no longer make his own decisions. He has no willpower and therefore can never again experience true freedom. Dostoevsky reveals a truth through Alexey's loneliness. Addiction can steal a person's most fundamental freedom, and this theft often occurs silently, unnoticed, and while the person still believes they are free. Dostoevsky's novel does not end with a clear solution. He does not offer advice, nor does he present a moral lesson. He simply leaves the reader with a profound question. When does a person lose their control? When they lose it, or when they still believe they can regain it? The most dangerous moment is when a person thinks they can still control themselves because addiction first whispers to them, "You can quit whenever you want." But at that moment, you have already lost. This is Alexey's tragedy. Believing he can win feeds the illusion of freedom for him, but in reality, it pulls him deeper. He is now without will, unable to make his own choices. Dostoevsky gives the reader a silent but effective lesson. Freedom is not only about the choices we have, but about being able to actually make our choices. When a person surrenders without realizing their own will, even the dream of winning imprisons. If this video stayed with you somewhere, if even a single sentence made you stop and think, if it made you feel that you are not alone. To keep these kinds of videos coming, liking the video, leaving your thoughts in the comments, and sharing it is enough for us to continue this journey together. If you don't want to miss these moments of confrontation, subscribe, because this place is for those who can't run away from themselves. If you are here, it means we are asking the same questions. You can also follow me on my social media accounts. Take very good care of yourself. See you.